Hello, it's Sadie. I wanted to come on and do a divine feminine energy reading today. I was really guided to do a divine feminine energy reading because there was a message my guides wanted to bring through really strongly because of the current energy right now. So let's talk about the energy really quickly. I'm going to use astrology and kind of the current astrology because it is really influencing and impacting the divine feminine and divine masculine and the connection. So we are currently still in Gemini season. So Gemini is all about this air energy, thoughts, thinking. It's also the energy of the lovers. This is the number 15 in this deck, but 1 + 5 = 6. That is the energy of the year. This year is the 6th year. So it's about love, romance, connection, heart and soul connection, but also desire, pleasure, passion. We have Venus in Taurus, which is the Empress energy. It's abundance, it's fertile, it's, that divine feminine energy, the higher aspect of the divine feminine energy, really wanting love and union. We also have Mercury in Taurus, which brings about an energy of thinking about love and union more than maybe you are, more than you would like to, or more than you are used to. It's definitely on the mind. Love is on the mind for both the divine feminine and divine masculine, but I'm going to focus more on the divine feminine in this reading. And with the Mercury and Taurus energy too, it's wanting stability and commitment in love. It's that desire for not just pleasure and romance with the Venus and Taurus energy, but it's also desire for, great communication, commitment, and stability when it comes to love and romance. And so, however, Mercury, which is the planet of communication, it's a planet of travel as well, stationed direct yesterday, but it was square to Saturn, which is the planet of being the taskmaster. It is the Lord of karma. So Saturn is a very heavy, dense energy. There was a Mercury square with Saturn yesterday. And then today, Saturn is going retrograde for about six months. It's today, so it's June 4th through October 23rd. So you have this long period of Saturn being retrograde where that also brings in delays. It brings, it slows the energy down. It brings in more work, more toil, more labor. Things feel harder to get. Things feel more restrictive with Saturn. Things feel like you're putting in a lot of work, putting in a lot of effort, not really seeing results. And so this time could really bring about a lot of tests for the divine feminine, because we also today have the moon square Venus. So the moon is like our emotions and our yin energy, which is also a feminine energy, square the Venus energy, which is the Empress energy. So you have unmet desires. You have wanting love, wanting union, wanting romance and passion with your divine counterpart, thinking about it really strongly, but also focusing on how your needs are not being fulfilled at the moment, how you want pleasure and passion and joy and commitment and connection, and you're not getting your needs met. So there is this conflict energy. We also have Juno, which is the energy of, it's the asteroid that is about marriage and commitment. Square the sun, which is about happiness and success. And so there's also these like ego conflicts when it comes to relationships at this time. So the energy today is very heavy when it comes to divine counterparts, union, romance, pleasure, sex, passion, happiness, stability, commitment. There's this energy of concern. There's this energy of anxiety. There's this energy of fear. There's this energy of doubt. And divine feminines are definitely feeling it very, very strongly. Divine masculines are feeling it too, but it's definitely more impacting the divine feminine just because of that moon square Venus. Like I said, I've said this many times, I am not an astrologer, but as an intuitive and someone who really is very empathic, I'm very sensitive to the energy of the planets, and astrology does help you understand that everything is energy and everything sort of influences each other. And so this energy right now, like I said, is very, very dense. It's very, very heavy because we have the Saturn retrograde, we have the Juno square the sun, we have the moon square Venus, and yesterday we had Mercury square Saturn. So this energy is causing a lot of disappointment, a lot of boredom, a lot of dissatisfaction, just sort of feeling like, nothing's coming together, nothing is the way that you want it to be. It also brings in a lot of confusion, a lot of indecision, a lot of doubt. Feeling sort of like you're stuck, feeling like you can't move forward, could bring about in a lot of obsessive thoughts and a lot of fear-based thoughts. There's also this energy of, again, working really, really hard towards something and not seeing the results. And so being disappointed that you're not seeing the fruits of your labors yet. You're not seeing the harvest come. And you feel like you've worked and put in a lot of effort for a long time, and you still don't see truly the results that you were hoping for, which brings in pessimism, it brings in negative thinking, it brings in hurt, it brings in deep worry, deep despair, deep depression. And so for the divine feminine, the message was very, very clear. This period of time can be very, very testing. And what it is testing is your mental resolve, because we had that Mercury square Saturn, and that energy is very, very strong. And it's influencing the Saturn retrograde. It's testing like how you can stay positive and really focus on the goal, focus and visualize on your end game, focus and visualize on what you desire, what you want to manifest, even if you're not physically seeing results of it. So this time for the divine feminine, it's like you really, really have to work extra hard to stay positive, no matter what is going on around you, no matter what is happening in your connection with your divine counterpart or your life in general. This period of time is going to be a real test of your willpower, a real test of your strength, your inner strength, a test of how much you love and value yourself, and a test of how much you truly believe in love and believe in, that spirit has your back and that God is setting you up for the win. It's going to be a very, very challenging period for especially like overall the next 6 months, but especially this next week, because the energy right now, again, is just very, it makes you prone to being very negative, being very, very pessimistic. And the problem when you are really negative, really pessimistic, is that you start to create from that space. We are creator beings. We are conscious creators. Every thought, every emotion, every desire is creating something in our lives, whether it is something that is desirable or undesirable. And so because it's a Saturn retrograde, this time is very, very karmic, meaning your actions and deeds will be weighed very, very heavily, either for you or against you. You are in a period of either creating karmic debt or creating karmic credit for yourself. And so really, really important during this time, again, to just stay positive. You know, the card that I was being shown in my third eye, which I don't have the physical deck anymore, I have the app still, but it's Doreen Virtue's Romance Oracle deck that she has. And it's that card that says, stay optimistic about your love life. This is a time, especially in Gemini season, where our thoughts are very, very powerful. It's the 6th month. We're in the 6th month of June, which is all about balance, harmony, and love. We're in a 6th year, which is about balance, harmony, and love. And we're in Gemini season, which is the 6th, which is the Lover's energy of the tarot. And so that card, stay optimistic about your love life, was like really popping up for me today, because again, if you fall into the pessimism, if you fall into the doubt, if you fall into the fear, if you fall into the despair, you're going to create more of that for yourself right now. And it could potentially block any union that is about to happen for many. This card of the 7 of Pentacles is all the energetic work that you can't see underneath the surface. Yes, maybe in your life you're only seeing this one pentacle, and you're like, man, I've been at this for years and I'm only seeing this one pentacle. But energetically, you have created and amassed a fortune for yourself. You are rich beyond measure. You are abundant beyond measure in love, in abundance, in joy, in happiness. Just because it hasn't fully manifested in the physical yet doesn't mean that it does not exist. And so what you have to understand about energy and about manifestations is 2 things. Everything is energy, firstly. And secondly is that everything manifests first energetically. It manifests in the ethers. It manifests in the astral plane first, until it comes down into the lower planes, the 3D, and manifests in the physical. So for many divine feminines, you have already manifested everything in your life that you desire, that you deserve. You're just not seeing it yet. And just because you don't see it yet doesn't mean you shouldn't believe that it's there. Wayne Dyer did this great book. It's believe it, then you will see it. You need to believe it first, and then you will see it. So this is a time where it's really, really important for the divine feminine to use affirmations, listen to love and heart opening and heart chakra meditations. Really just stay optimistic about your love life, stay optimistic about union, stay optimistic about your soul connection with your divine counterpart, no matter, again, what it looks like in the 3D, because so much has manifested that you cannot see yet. But many of you are focused on this energy of lack, of disappointment, of confusion, of indecision, and of being sort of just not happy with the results. And the more that you focus on that energetically at this time, the more that you will receive it, okay? The good thing too about Saturn is Saturn gets a bad rap because he's the Lord of Karma, because he's a taskmaster, because he wants you to work hard for what you get. But Saturn also brings in great karmic rewards. So especially during Saturn retrogrades, for your efforts from the past, for all your good deeds that you have done, many people get rewarded during Saturn retrogrades for all of your efforts. And so you don't know that you may be coming into your harvest period now. And so really, again, just important to stay optimistic, to let go of pessimism, to let go of negative thinking, to let go of fear-based thinking, and really, really trust the process right now. do what you need to do to sort of fake it until you make it. So again, if you need to listen to affirmations about love, if you need to listen to meditations about love, if you need to listen to, people who are in union and their story and how they came into union, whatever will inspire you and motivate you to stay strong and to keep your willpower and your focus on what you desire and what you want to bring into your life instead of what you feel like you lack at this time, it's going to be very, very helpful and very, very beneficial for you when you are creating your way forward. All right. With that, the song that was coming up really strongly for the Divine Feminine is an older song from, his name is Zed. He's a DJ. It's Zed featuring Fox's Clarity. I'm just going to read the first part. It says, high dive into frozen waves where the past comes back to life. Fight fear for the selfish pain. It was worth it every time. Hold still right before we crash, because we both know how this ends. Our clock ticks till it breaks your glass, and I drown in you again, 'cause you are the piece of me I wish I didn't need. Chasing relentlessly, still fight, and I don't know why. If our love is tragedy, why are you my remedy? If our love's insanity, why are you my clarity? So, a lot of you feel sort of like, again, in this space of like, why am I continuing to focus on this situation, this person, this connection? I'm not getting anything from it, or I'm disappointed about it. I'm really worried. It's that fight or flight energy, but really, just trust your heart. It's a time, even though the mind is very, very active because it's Gemini season, it's air energy. It's a time to really just release overthinking, release overanalyzing, and really just trust what your heart's telling you. The voice of the heart, the voice of the intuition is like the quiet voice. It's usually not loud. It's usually not abrasive. Like the ego will be very, very insistent. The only time the intuition gets more insistent is if it needs to protect you, or if it needs to, put you in sort of a life-saving measure. That's the only time that the intuition gets very insistent. Usually the intuition is quiet, it's calm, it's relaxed. And so let go of the monkey mind, as we call it in Reiki. Let go of overthinking, overanalyzing. Really just take a step back, take some deep breaths, put your hands on your heart, breathe, and set the intention to listen to what your heart is telling you at this time. And that'll also help you with this period of time that could be very testing and challenging for you. All right. So with that, I think I will pull a couple cards for the Divine Masculine. Bottom of the deck is you speak to me through music. So music is very, very important at this time to get messages from your Divine Masculine. Using the Hidden Truth Oracle just to kind of tap into the current status of the Divine Masculine energy for a minute. Higher self, Holy Spirit. What do you want to bring through? Where is the Divine Masculine at this time? Okay. All right. So a lot came through here. Again, music could be very, very important for you, very, very important for your divine counterpart. You guys are speaking to each other through songs, telepathically, also in the 5D. So really pay attention to the songs and the lyrics that are coming up for you at this time. Just being near you is intoxicating. They definitely feel that passion, that gravitational pull towards you, especially during this Gemini season. But a lot of them are holding themselves back because they are not available at the moment. And them being not available may not have anything to do with a karmic entanglement or another partner. It just could be their life, a situation and circumstances at the current moment, all right? But they want you to know that they love you unconditionally. And they really want this connection. They want to be together. And they're hoping and praying that they can be with you at some point. Finding out the truth crushed me. So this could be different things for different people. What I'm really getting about this, for some of you, and this is a very, very specific message that's coming through, but for some of you, it's like there was a third party. There was someone that they left you for. And then they found out the truth about that person. And it crushed them because they realized what they had walked away from. All right. For some, it's they found out something about you, something about your past that really, really bothered them and really triggered them as well. All right. So take that as it resonates. But they want to tell you how they feel. So for some, you will get communication, although right now, because Saturn went retrograde, it might be delayed. It might be, not this week. It might be next week where you start to get communication if you're not in regular communication with your divine counterpart. There's also a message for some of you. Again, this is very, very specific, but you and I were too young. So for some, you've known your divine counterpart for quite a long time. You've gone back and forth with them. Part of the reason for the separation is just because of the age and maturity level that you were both at the time when you met. But at the bottom of the deck is, I am starting to understand our connection. And so they're definitely starting to understand that you are someone who they are meant to know and experience a part of their life with. This soul connection is real. They feel it. They love you unconditionally. And they want to tell you how they feel. And so just, again, trust and believe in divine timing, that everything is flowing the way that it's meant to flow, that where you're at the moment is exactly where you're meant to be. There is a lesson here. There is something for you to see. There is something for you to learn. There is something for you to grow from. And as you do that, everything will start to come together and fall into place, right? So we're going to do the current status and of the connection and where the connection's headed. This is the Lover's Path Tarot. Bottom of the deck is that Two of Arrows again. Indecision, confusion, not really sure where things are headed. Not really sure if you are on the right path. Feeling stuck. For some of you, you just feel like things are at a standstill right now. And it's very confusing for you. All right, hold on. Higher self, Holy Spirit, guides and guardians of unconditional love and light. What further messages do you want to bring through? I'll take these because they all fell. There's a lot here, but what further messages do you want to bring through for the divine feminine and divine masculine and where the connection is headed at this time? One more. One more. Right. Nice energy. All right. So we're starting off with the Five of Coins. This could be you definitely feeling like you're left out in the cold. For some of you, you may have a child in common with this person, or something that you built with this person or invested with this person, and you feel like you were the one left holding the bag, left holding all the responsibility, left doing all the work. Again, this is that Saturn retrograde energy. For others of you, you feel like you have been abandoned by this other person. And again, it's just confusing and you're not sure why this energy and why this happened at this time. You have the Two of Coins, juggling many different things. Also, this is an energy of needing to make a choice. You know, the choice between the heart and the head, the choice to fight or flight, the choice to stay and continue to put in the work and effort, or put in the work and effort into something or someone else. Queen of Arrows, Venus, coming into your divine feminine empowerment, really speaking your truth, really honoring your guidance, your intuition, believing in yourself, and coming into your power, knowing that you deserve the best no matter what, and not accepting less from anybody else. This is also a card of assertiveness, being more assertive, not being a doormat, not letting people walk all over you. You know, expressing yourself honestly and authentically, regardless of how someone else takes that. There is this beautiful innocence energy around the connection and a new beginning coming for many. There's been a lot of healing. Even if it may not seem like it, there's been a lot of healing and there's been a lot of growth, and that healing and that growth is triggering this new beginning, this time of innocence, this time of starting the fool's journey. For some, it's definitely going to be a new beginning as the union takes place. So there will be union and there will be a fresh start between the two of you. We have Arthur and Guinevere with power. This is the Emperor energy. This is about leadership. This is about fairness. This is about stability. So coming into stability, commitment, and power in this connection. But first, you need to come into that within yourself with the Queen of Arrows, all right? We also have the energy of grace, which in the traditional tarot is the star. So wish fulfillment, divine intervention, hope. You know, this is a renewal of hope, a renewal of energy. For those of you who are feeling like this Five of Coins energy right now, feeling abandoned, feeling rejected, feeling left out in the cold, never give up on hope. There is something destined here. There is something fated here, especially because we have the Wheel of Fortune right next to it. You guys are meant to be in each other's lives. You guys are meant to have this soul connection and soul union. The divine is intervening. You have a lot of angels around the both of you, guiding and protecting this connection. And so you just have to continue to believe and have hope. Stay optimistic about your love life, because good fortune, success, luck, destiny, fate, all of these things are coming into play, and it brings about the Two of Cups, union, love, connection, that beautiful romance, that beautiful stability and happiness, passion, everything that you want and desire is coming to you now, all right? Again, it's just about staying optimistic. Right now, you could feel this Ten of Staves energy. You could feel very overwhelmed, overburdened. But just know, again, step into your own power, be truthful, be authentic, be yourself, step into your Venus energy. And that's what triggers this new beginning and more stability and commitment from your divine counterpart, with wish fulfillment and good fortune for the two of you. And that brings in the Two of Cups. For some, this could be engagement or even wedding energy. I'm just feeling that very, very strongly. This would take place though, like between now and the end of the Saturn retrograde. So it would be like later this year. If there's like engagement coming back together, it's going to be later this year. in the fall season or even winter for some of you. All right, so I'm going to pull a couple more cards from the Akashic Tarot. This is not a tarot deck, it's an oracle card deck, but I really like it. I haven't used it in a while. So, bottom of the deck is the bird's nest, which is about expansion, about growth. For some, this is stability or moving in together or moving to a new area to build more stability together. For others of you, this is birthing something that's taking flight. So it could be a business, your own life purpose, your own career. Something's taking flight. There is great expansion here with the Three of Forces coming through. All right. Higher self, Holy Spirit, what further messages do you want the Divine Feminine to know at this time about this connection? A couple more cards. One more. All right. So, first card that came out was the One of Roses with commitment. Some of you are coming into this beautiful commitment, this beautiful union with your divine counterpart. The commitment card also means, you know, being committed to your own goals and dreams and seeing that expansion come through really, really strongly for yourself as well. Again, I'm going to go back to the message I said earlier. This period of Saturn retrograde can be very testing, and it's just going to be really, really important for you to stay optimistic about your love life, for you to believe in commitment, believe in this union, believe in love, believe that love will prevail for you in your life. Because you're coming into a time of will, wisdom, and mind. This is a time of great power. This is a time of balancing your higher and lower mind, balancing your spiritual and ego, and just really, really coming into your own. Again, great power. You are coming into a time of great power. For the Divine Feminine, you're really, really leveling up. You are expanding spiritually, and as you expand spiritually, you'll see that expansion in all areas of your life. Very karmic time though, so be careful not to get too egotistical, to focus too much on the ego. Really stay balanced with your spirit, with your spiritual practices, with your guides. Because sometimes, like when things are going good and everything comes together, we actually sort of go through a spiritual narcolepsy, which is like where you fall back into like negative habits and self-sabotaging behaviors. Again, this ascension path is for you to come into union with yourself, the aspects of yourself that are your spirit. And as you do that, you come into union with your beloved, you come into union with everything else that you're meant to experience in this lifetime at the highest vibration and the highest level that you can hold. And so just be very, very careful of ego-based energies at this time. This is also about be careful of other people in your life who are very, very narcissistic, very ego-based, situations that are very imbalanced where you're giving a lot but not receiving anything back. If you're in a situation like that, time to step back from that and really, really focus on yourself. Commit to your own dreams and goals. Come into your own power, because that will heal and balance this egoic energy. caught in the ruins. Again, this is all about getting out of that negative thinking. Your mind can be either your worst enemy or your best ally. Really focus on staying optimistic, really focus on believing in yourself, believing that you will succeed, knowing that spirit has your back and is setting you up for the win. So this is just a card of like, again, be very, very mindful during this period of the Saturn retrograde, because karma is like doubled at this time. Just really pay attention to your thoughts, really pay attention to your feelings. If you're thinking thoughts that are bringing you into a lower vibrational space, say clear, cancel, delete. Stop thinking those thoughts, and shift it to more positive mindset. The lightning bolt, power from the gods, power from the universe coming in to bring you into greater states of awareness, greater states of enlightenment. For some of you, you're going to have this huge spiritual expansion, these aha moments, these epiphanies, these breakthroughs during this period of time. For others of you, this is a warning with the lightning bolt, again, because this is a highly, highly karmic period. Just to be mindful of your actions, thoughts, and deeds, because you could manifest a potential tower or a potential energy that is unwanted and undesired at this time. Bottom of the deck is the Buddha prepares. So again, focus on your spirit, focus on your spiritual practices, whether that's prayer, meditation, affirmations, Reiki, whatever it is that helps you to feel that connection to spirit at all times. Do that during this period of time, because that's what's going to assist you and help you to move forward, help you to move into this energy. All right. Do some final messages from the Sacred Destiny Oracle card deck. All right. So final messages for the Divine Feminine at this time. And again, if you're in a space where you're feeling depressed, feeling down, feeling dark, feeling that heavy emotion, that's normal with the Saturn energy, but just do the work to get yourself out of that mindset. Listen to comedies, listen to affirmations, listen to anything that gives you inspiration and motivation and makes you feel better. Really, really important to focus on feeling good at this time. Bottom of the deck is adventures, coming into, again, that new beginning, that full energy, which brings in a lot of adventure, brings in a lot of, entering into new territory. For some, you will have opportunities for travel during this period. For others, you're going to enter into a new adventure with your divine counterpart. New beginning. Let's see what else comes through. So yeah, freedom. One final message for the Divine Feminine. Pleasure. So if you continue to do the work, stay the course, you will pass the test and bring in great rewards to yourself and your life that include new beginnings, especially with your divine counterpart in your divine connection. Bring in a lot of freedom and opportunities to sort of expand and do things that you were not expecting to do, or brings in opportunities that you were not expecting that really, really help you to move forward in your life. And this period of time also brings in a lot of pleasure. Again, though, so important to stay optimistic. Create from the highest space, create from the highest vibration that you can have, because when you're creating from the higher vibration, you will have a higher outcome. All right, I hope this Divine Feminine energy reading helped. I'm sending lots of love and support. Take care.